While scripting my video for my coaster count and review for Six Flags Over Texas, I heard about the recent news about one of their roller coasters set to close. Mr. Freeze Reverse Blast is closing on September 22nd, which really concerns me. Although, yes, this could be a false alarm because the coaster could just be flipping its train and going forward as it did in the past, as far as I know, there haven't been any hints of that. Along with the recent closure of El Toro due to an accident on the ride that left people injured and some sent to the hospital, thank God no severe injuries occurred, Six Flags has gone downhill. Also, you can hear more about the El Toro incident from a video I put in the description from El Toro Ryan. He's a fantastic coaster content creator and knows this ride from the inside out. I mean, it's literally his namesake after all. So watch that after watching this. Going back on topic, the quality of Six Flags has been spiraling down fast. My name is Avery and this is United Coasters. Some could look at Six Flags' low turnout and rising prices as a consequence of the pandemic, but that hunch becomes harder to justify when both SeaWorld and Cedar Fair have unveiled new roller coasters and rides for weeks. I believe that if there's anyone to blame for Six Flags' new direction, it's their CEO, Selim Bassoul. When I worked at Six Flags Fiesta Texas from 2016 to 2019, the company was undergoing a reconstruction and buyback era under the tenure of Jim Reed Anderson. During that time, the CEO believed that improvements and investments in every park each year would increase revenue over time. Whether that be a new roller coaster or a waterslide complex, new additions allowed for more of a turnout at parks. Despite having clones of rides and some failed models, the consensus was that Jim had a future for what Six Flags could be. This was made more apparent when the parks began to repaint their roller coasters during their respective off-seasons. The mindset of, if we keep improving, guests will come back and see what we've done, was present at virtually every park, especially my home park of Fiesta Texas, but the renovation of Sangerfest Hall and the addition of Dr. Diabolik was cliffhanger. Not to mention the attempt of Six Flags Over Texas trying to open Aquaman Power Wave and the revival of Spelunker Cave. These types of improvements were either completed or set in motion at the departure of Jim and the onset of Bassoul. In contrast, Selim's recent actions and directions of the company has left a horrid taste in the coaster community and general fans of Six Flags parks. Despite what truths he may or may not have said in that recent earnings call, calling his Six Flags parks venues to babysit teenagers does not shine a great light on his outlook of the parks. I am adamant about Bassoul's mockery of Six Flags because he's supposed to help these parks. And in my opinion, instead of looking at the long term, he narrowed his vision to pure revenue rather than adding pooling factors. I say this because Bassoul has said that Six Flags will build 0 rides and attractions for the entirety of 2023. Let me put that into perspective if that doesn't raise some red flags for all of you. In 2020, Six Flags La Ronde in Canada was set to get Vipaire, the renovated Green Lantern Zaxxon coaster that once operated at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Although this never happened, if it did, general parkgoers would be none the wiser of the roller coaster's mediocrity because all they would have cared about was something new was coming to their home park. The last new roller coaster at Six Flags La Ronde was Ednor Les Attaques, a Vekoma SLT built in 2010. That 10-year gap meant a 10-year lack of relevance at this park. The point that I'm making here is that if you were to go to Six Flags La Ronde in 2010, apart from shows and holiday events, you would have had the full experience of this park for over a decade now. There hasn't and still hasn't been a major pulling factor for returning guests at that park, and under Selim's operations, there won't be at any Six Flags parks for a while now. To bullet point the significant changes Selim said he would make to Six Flags during the recent earnings call is no new rides and attractions for the entirety of the 2023 season, increase in prices for tickets and food, an overhaul on season passes yet again, and I still don't fully understand what's happening to the original Diamond members plan, so I think it's still the best bang for your buck if you have one, so just keep renewing. Plans on closing sections of the park to decrease operating costs, and single rider lines galore, although I don't see anything wrong with increasing throughput on roller coasters. The reason that Selim is doing this is to get Six Flags to turn a profit fast, but we don't know what his fully laid out long-term plan is. So, to sum it up, prices will increase, and the only new attraction at any Six Flags parks opening next year is Aquaman Power Wave at Six Flags Over Texas. Personally, I don't want sections of parks closing, cutting corners to repair older attractions to save money, and increases to prices with no change in quality. I want this to be a discussion in the comments because in all honesty, I want to be wrong about my take of Six Flags' new direction. So if you agree, disagree, or have a better take on this situation, leave a like and a comment below. I know that this isn't a video that you're used to seeing with me on this channel, but this was just something that I had to get off my chest. I promise my next video will be full of positive vibes for rides and roller coasters, so make sure to subscribe for your coaster fix. Lastly, I just want to say thank you and remember to stay united.